Hey Lindsay, so this is going to be a kind of updatey vlog just because there's a lot of things going on in March. Go figure. First of all, I am crazily excited for next week. Not because of the fact that I have a bunch of assignments and tests and midterms that I'm not prepared for, but because the Veronica Mars movie comes out in literally 6 days. What? Veronica Mars was like the first TV show I watched, really, aside from like children's cartoons. And I didn't even watch it while it was on air, but a friend recommended it to me and I marathoned it in a couple weeks, and I just have such an emotional connection with it, and I've waited for this film for so long, and I'm a proud Kickstarter backer, and it's finally happening, and it's crazy. I'm gonna see new content in less than a week. Problems? I don't have anyone currently to go with me because people here aren't cool enough to have seen it, but you know, I'm just gonna go by myself because that's how I roll. Also, not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna see it several times. Second piece of news, which is also exciting but also a little nerve-wracking, is I have an internship offer for the summer. I don't know if I'm gonna take it or not yet. I have to decide within the next 2 weeks, so it's gonna be some decision making happening. Good things is it's a position that will allow me to learn more about like user interface design, which is like designing websites or designing apps, which I find really interesting. And usually they expect you to have experience, but this one's like, no, we'll train you. Also, it's just a really cool company and they do a lot of like philanthropic work, which I find really cool. Downsides are it's far from home, so I wouldn't be hanging out this summer, which is not so fun. And also I would basically work the entire summer. So that's on the table, but I don't know if I'm gonna take it yet. But yes, possibilities, planning, life stuff. Third thing, I went to my first ballroom competition last weekend and it was super fun and I wanted to tell you about it. You are looking at the first place gold medal winner in bronze, cha-cha, and rumba. Also, I was the bronze place person in silver rumba. It's like one of my first times winning something. I did get trophies for when I played soccer in kindergarten and first grade, but that was like everybody gets them. How ballroom competitions go, there's newcomer, then bronze, then silver, then gold, and then the open levels where you're allowed to do like more fancy moves, which is novice, pre-champ, and champ. So, you know, bronze is not that high up there, but I still feel pretty accomplished. How that came about though was a little bit of a crazy story. I've been looking for a partner for a while, but there's always more follows than leads, and so I couldn't really find anyone, or if the people I knew already had partners. Then last Monday, my friend from the ballroom team just randomly asked me out of the blue, like, are you free this Saturday? It was like the competition was 6 days away, and turns out he had had a ballroom partner for like a year, but things weren't working out, like their schedules didn't match up and they had different goals, so they ended their relationship the previous weekend. They had just gone to a competition and then we're like, nope, that's it, we're done. So I was like, sure, and I rearranged my work schedule and we had one like practice before we actually competed. And then we went, and it was a lot of fun. I feel kind of bad because he used to compete at novice level, and then he was down here in bronze level, so maybe we shouldn't have done that. But I had a lot of fun, even without the winning. I just got to go down to San Diego for a day and hang out with a bunch of people and wear pretty costumes, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Oh, speaking of costumes, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's just kind of blue and the skirt's really flowy and has mesh. I'll put in a picture here of what it actually looks like when I'm wearing it. One of my friends just had extra costumes around and she didn't need them and was like, hey, this one doesn't fit me. Would you like to have it and use it, and you could give it back or you could keep it? And I was like, hello, I'm keeping it. It's flowy and pretty and I love it, and it makes me kind of feel like Elsa from Frozen. And the girl who gave it to me was like, oh, you can make it fancier and put rhinestones on it, because if you go to ballroom competitions, everything is either glittery or covered in fringe. because it catches the judge's eyes more. So I'm planning to do some sort of pattern with rhinestones, and I was going to ask you if you had any inputs, any costume design ideas for how to embellish it and make it even more fabulous. Like maybe something on the sleeves or maybe something around the neckline. I don't really know, but if you have any ideas, I'd be happy to hear them. And last thing, tonight I'm going to a ballroom event that is Disney themed, and I'm doing a dance to I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, which is pretty fabulous. And I love Disney, and I think it'll be lovely and perfect. So those are a bunch of updates from my life. I would love to hear your input on the dress and just general updates from your life. I'll keep you updated on like the summer decision plan stuff. Talk to you soon!